Hello students, good morning. I am Sushila Ghuge from Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar School, Worli. I hope you all are fine. So students, welcome all of you in our science online session. Okay. So before starting our lesson, we will do one activity. Okay. And for this activity, everyone please start your video. Don't unmute. Be on mute, only start your video. We will do one small activity. Okay. Okay. Are ready everyone? For this activity, I will tell you some events. And if you have experienced these events, you show me thumbs up. Don't unmute. Only show me thumbs up. Ready everyone? Okay. Clapped your hands together. You clapped your hands now. We clapping our hands always. If not, do now. Yes. We always clapping our hands. Okay. Have you ever played a musical instrument? Who have played a musical instrument? Yes, very good. Some students played musical instrument. Have you burst a firecracker?
Yes.
Yes, very good. Have you knocked on a closed door? Knocking on closed door.
Yes, miss. Yes.
We always we always do this. Knocking on
Yes.
closed door. Okay. Uh,
Yes.
at your home, a metal utensil fell down.
Yes.
Have you experienced this? Yes.
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 Many times in our home, some utensils fell down. Okay. And
Yes.
there was a thunderclap in the sky. Thunderclap in the sky. Have you experienced this?
Yes.
Yes. Mostly in rainy season, we experience
Yes.
thunderclap in the sky. Okay. So, what you from these examples, what do you understood? Now you can off your screen. You can from all these experiences or from all these examples, what do you understood?
Production of sound.
Do you hear any sound from all these actions, all these events?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, we
Yes.
hear some sound is produced from these all events. Okay, so
Yes.
today we are going to learn new lesson, that is sound and production of sound.
Sound.
And it is seen from the above examples that
Yes.
sound is generated due to a variety of events. Yes or no?
Yes.
Sound is generated due to variety of events. We hear different kind of sounds around us. See, we will see some events. Sound is generated due to variety of events such as clapping our hands, knocking on a door, barking of a dog, speaking, playing musical instrument, horn of vehicles, speaking with each other. From all these events, we hear some sound. Okay. Here are also some more events. People talking in the house, noise from the street outside, rattling of vehicles, clanging of pots and pans. And one more thing, students. Every animal has different sounds. We know that. All animals have different sounds. For example, roaring of tiger, howling of jackal, twittering of sparrow. These are some different sound of animals. Okay. So what is sound? See, sound is a form of energy. Sound is nothing but a form of energy, and it travels in the form of waves. Sound travels in the form of waves like this. You can see on your screen. These are waves, and sound is travel in this form. Okay. So have you ever think how is sound produced? We will see that. Sound is produced due to vibration. When there is any sound, we experienced vibration in that object. So, sound is produced due to vibration. See, in all this picture, there is vibration. If we plucked string of tanpura, then it vibrates. Membrane of tabla is also vibrate. When we speak, that time our pharynx vibrates, and when the speaker is on, the diaphragm of speaker vibrates, and in this way sound is produced due to vibration. Let us understand what is vibration. Vibration means what? Let us understand. See, when an object moves very fast following a fixed path from one side to the other and then back again, we say that it vibrates. From this figure, you can understood what is vibration. See, here this pendulum is moving from side to the other side and then back again. It moving from B to A and to C, and again from C to A and B. This is called vibration, and it follows a fixed path. In short, we can say fast movement of pendulum from one side to the other side. It is vibration. Now, all vibrating objects are surrounded by some medium. When there is vibration in the object, that objects are surrounded by some medium. And for the propagation of sound, medium is required. See, sound is propagated from all these three mediums: solids, liquids, and gases. Sound is propagated from solid also, from liquid also, and from gases also. Okay. Now we know that sound requires a medium for propagation. Okay. But how does sound travel? And what happens to the particles of the medium? Let us find that. We know that sound is produced by vibration. Now we know that because of vibration in the object, sound is produced. Okay. Now we will see how sound is travel. See, when the object is vibrating, it sets the particle of medium around in the vibration. See, here this object is vibrating. The particles near this object, they also vibrating, and in the process, the nearest particles to the source gets displayed from medium or equilibrium position. This start the collidal of particles adjacent to them. Means see, first this object vibrates. then the nearing particles vibrates, and this the next particles also vibrates, and this process continued in the medium till the sound reaches to our ear. This process is continued. This particle vibrates, then this, because of this particle, these particles are vibrating, because of these particles are vibrating, then this particle vibrates, then these particles vibrate, and this process is continued in the medium till the sound reaches to our ear, and after that we can hear sound. And we see that we create some disturbance through the medium, and this is the way that sound travels through the medium to us. See, here air is medium. This is air particles present in the atmosphere. Okay. So in this way, the sound travels through the medium to us. We see that particles of the medium are not traveling from the source to the human ear. See, these vibrating particles directly not traveling from this source to human ear. Okay, these particles are not traveling, but there is disturbance which travels from source to our ear. We saw that these particles are disturbed or they vibrate, and after that all these particles vibrate, and this disturbance created by the vibrating of the object in the medium is what we call sound waves. So these are sound waves. Okay, we hear because of these sound waves. Now from all these points, now we know that what is sound. Vibrations are produced in the object which generates sound. For example, the bell, the strings, or diaphragm of a musical instrument. All these objects vibrate and sound produced. Vibration of an object is necessary for generation of sound. Vibration is necessary for generation of sound. We hear sound as long as object vibrates. When we touch the vibrating object with our hand, the vibration stops and we no longer hear the sound. We hear only when the object vibrates. If we stop vibrating, we no longer hear the sound. Sometimes we can see vibrations, but sometimes the vibrations are so minute that we cannot see them with our eyes. Sometimes we can see vibrations, okay? But sometimes vibration is so minute, means very small, that we cannot see with our eyes. So next point is tuning the instrument. We know that singer tunes the musical instruments before start singing. When the string of tanpura or sitar is plucked, the string can be seen to vibrate. The string can be seen to vibrate, but the two ends of the vibrating string are still. As it vibrates, the string moves to one side of the central position and comes back to the again to its original position. At such time, the motion of the string is repeated again and again at fixed interval of time, and the motion of the string of tanpura is called periodic motion. See, this motion of tanpura is called periodic motion. What is happened in periodic motion? motion of the string is repeated again and again at fixed interval of time. It is called periodic motion. See, there is, if we observe watch also, watch is also example of periodic motion. After 12 hours, the hand hour is again come to its original position. So watch is also example of periodic motion. Okay, students. Now, you must have seen children playing on a swing in the garden. You all must observe this. The children's playing on a swing in a garden. If we observe this carefully, we see motion of the swing. For this, listen, go to a swing at rest in a garden. Keep swing at the rest, okay? And mark its position on the ground below it. We can call this mark the central position of the swing. You can, when swing is at its rest position, here is its rest position, okay? Go to the swing at the rest position and mark the central position of the swing. This is central position of swing. Now pull the swing to one side and let it go. Now pull the swing to one side and let it go. Then what will happen? The swing will be seen to cross the central position again and again. It swings like this and it cross central position again and again. Okay. When children are seen playing on a swing, the swing can be seen to cross the central position again and again as it moves from one end to other end of swing. Like this. The swing crosses its central position again and again. Okay? And a swing that moves back and forth like this, it is called oscillator. You might have seen pendulum. See, this is pendulum of clock. You might have seen this type of clock. This pendulum travels like this. And this is called oscillator. A swing or a pendulum that moves back and forth is called oscillator. This pendulum also moves back and forth like this. And this swing also moves back and forth like this. You know that swing is moves back and forth. So this pendulum and this swing is called oscillator. These are oscillator. See now oscillation. What is oscillation? When the swing moves from one end to the other and returns to its starting point, it is said to have completed one oscillation. We will see in this figure. See, when an oscillator moves from one end to the other and returns to its starting point, it is said to have completed one oscillation. Like this. See, this pendulum. Pendulum is one type of oscillator. It moves from this A point to B and from point B to A. And again from point B to P to A. It returns to its starting point. And this is called one oscillation. Now observe again. From point A to P to B and from point B to P to A. This is one oscillation. This is one oscillation. When An oscillator moves from one end to the other and returns to its starting point. It is said to have completed one oscillation. Now, do you understood oscillation? What is oscillation? See, an oscillator moves from one end to other end and again return to its starting point. This is called one oscillation. This pendulum from here to here completed one oscillation. Now, time period of oscillation. The time required by an oscillator to complete one oscillation is called the time period of oscillator. This is oscillator. This pendulum is oscillator. And the time required by an oscillator to complete one oscillation is called time period of that oscillator. And unit of period of oscillation is second. Remember all these points. What is oscillation? Oscillation means an oscillator moves from one end to the other and returns to its starting point. It is called one oscillation. And to complete this oscillation, the time required to complete this oscillation is called time period of oscillation. Now, next point is oscillatory motion. The back and forth motion of an oscillator on either side of a central position is called oscillatory motion. The pendulum moves back and forth, and this motion is called oscillatory motion. In an example of swing, a swing moves from one extreme position to another and back again. Such a back and forth repetitive motion is called oscillatory motion. Okay, this motion, swing moves from one extreme position to the another position. This is oscillatory motion. Next point is amplitude of vibration. We will see what is amplitude. For this, you have to do one activity. Observe this picture. For this, you have to take empty porcelain bowl. This is one bowl and it is empty. Okay. Stretch a rubber band and fix it on the bowl. This is the rubber band. It is fixed on the bowl. Now give a jerk to the rubber band. Give a jerk. Stretch that rubber band. Repeat this action applying a smaller or greater force. Apply different types of force on this rubber band. While doing this, observe the farthest distance to which the rubber band is stretched and take a note of sound produced. See what happened here. When the rubber band is stretched and released, it vibrates. When we stretch this rubber band, you might have experienced this. In school, we play with rubber band now, like this only. When the rubber band is stretched and released, it vibrates. And compare the vibration with the figure alongside when the rubber is stretched from the original position A and comes to position B. It is seen to be curved. The maximum distance between the original position of A and the position of B on stretching the rubber is called the amplitude of vibration. Now, we compare this activity of this stretching of activity with this. At the time of stretching, the rubber band stretched and it from its original position A, it comes to its position B. And we can see a curve. So the maximum distance between the original position A and to position B, it is seen to be curve, and the maximum distance between the original position A and the position B on stretching the rubber is called the amplitude of vibration. See, this is amplitude of vibration. A to C and A to B. This is called amplitude. And when a greater force is applied to the rubber, it is stretched further, meaning that is amplitude increases. If we apply greater force on the rubber, here if we apply greater force, it stretch more, and meaning there is increasing of amplitude. On releasing it, a louder sound is generated. And when a smaller force is applied, the rubber stretched less, then the amplitude is smaller and the sound is softer. See, what is meaning of this sentence? If the amplitude decreases, its loudness also decreases. And if amplitude increases, its loudness means its sound also increases. Okay. Now, what is amplitude of oscillation? Amplitude of oscillation. The maximum distance covered by an object on any one side of its central position is called amplitude of oscillation. This is pendulum. And in this, we see the amplitude of oscillation. See, in this figure, PB and PA is the amplitude. PB and PA is the amplitude in this figure. This is called amplitude of oscillation. Okay. So I hope you understood all these points. We will take quick recap of all the points again. Okay. So, see, first point. Sound is a form of energy which produces the sensation of hearing in our eyes. Sound is a form of energy. Next point. Sound is produced by vibrations. How is sound produced? Because of vibration in the object, sound is produced. Vibration is a kind of rapid to and fro motion of an object. Vibration is a rapid to and fro motion of an object. The motion of the string is repeated again and again at fixed interval of time. Such motion is called periodic motion. See, what is periodic motion? The motion of the string is repeated again and again at fixed interval of time. There is fixed interval of time for repeating the motion, and such type of motion is called periodic motion. The swing or pendulum that moves back and forth is called oscillator. The swing or pendulum is, if they move back and forth, they are called oscillator. Next point. When the swing moves from one end to the other and return to its starting point, it is said to have completed one oscillation. What is oscillation? When the swing or pendulum moves from one end to the other and returns to its original position or its starting point, then it is said to have completed one oscillation. Next point. The back and forth motion of an oscillator on either side of a central position is called oscillatory motion. What is oscillatory motion? the back and forth motion of an oscillator. It is called oscillatory motion. Next point. The maximum distance between the original position of the pendulum and extreme position is called the amplitude of oscillation. The maximum distance between the original position of the pendulum and extreme position, it is called amplitude of oscillation. So today we saw only these points. Now I will ask some questions. So I will know that if you understood these points or not. See, first question for you. I will read this question for you. Listen carefully. Sound is produced due to option A is friction, option B is circulation, and option C is vibration, and option D is refraction.
Option number C, vibration.
Yes, very good. Excellent. Because of vibration, sound is produced.
C.
Okay, yes, C. C is correct option. Now, next question. Sound passes from one place to another in the form of option A, rays, option B, waves, option C, energy, and option D is light.
Option number B, waves.
Waves, very good. Means you understood all these points. Waves, yes, sound passes from one place to another in the form of waves. Very good. Next question. Sound is a option A, form of energy, option B, form of power, option C, form of transverse waves, and option D, form of latitudinal waves.
Option number A, form of energy.
Very good. Yes, very good. Sound is a form of energy. Yes, good. Correct answer. Now next question. If dash of sound is decreased, its loudness also decreases. Options are A, amplitude,
Medium.
B, frequency,
Medium.
C, medium, and
C,
D,
medium.
oscillation.
Option number C, medium.
Medium. Think about it. Think for some time.
No.
If dash of sound is decreased, its loudness also decrease.
B. B. Frequency.
More. No. If
Amplitude.
yes.
C,
Yes,
medium.
yes. No, beta. Amplitude. If amplitude of sound is decreased, its loudness also decreases. We saw this point now. If amplitude decrease, its loudness decrease. And if amplitude increased, then loudness also increased. Okay. Understood this? Amplitude? Do you understood this?
Yes, miss.
Amplitude is the maximum distance between the original position and the position on the stretching the rubber. And
Yes, miss.
we stretch rubber more vibration will be there, and
Vibration will be large and sound will come large.
yes. And if we stretch rubber less, that time what will happen?
Sound will come low.
Yes, sound will come low. So if amplitude of sound is decreased, its loudness also decrease. Next question. A medium is necessary for dash dash of sound.
Production. Propagation. B. Propagation of sound.
Options.
Production.
Production,
B.
propagation, oscillation or
B.
frequency.
Propagation of sound.
Very
B.
good.
Production.
Yes.
Production.
No, beta. Propagation is correct answer. For propagation of sound, for traveling of sound, medium is required. Okay. And for production of sound, vibration is necessary. And a medium is necessary for propagation of sound. Next question. A swing that moves back and forth is called,
Option number B, oscillator.
which is correct option.
Option number B,
Oscillation.
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 Think.
oscillator.
First think, everyone.
Oscillator.
Swing that moves back and forth is called,
Oscillator.
very good.
Motion.
Oscillator.
Called it an oscillator. Okay. That swing or that pendulum we call oscillator. Now, next question. When the swing moves from one end to the other and returns to its starting point, it is said to have completed one dash dash.
Option number
C. Oscillation.
Very good. Oscillation. When the swing moves from one end to the, see, suppose this is pendulum, and when the swing moves from one end, from this end to this end, and again return to its starting point, and it is said that
Oscillation.
oscillation.
Oscillation. Okay. Very
Yes.
good. Very good. So I hope you all understood all these points.
Yes, miss.
Homework.
Next time we will see next point.
Homework
from
means?
this lesson only. Homework is read this lesson. Okay.
Okay.
You read this lesson and understood these points. Revise these points again. Okay.
Miss. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
miss.
In next
Yes,
session,
miss.
we will see remaining part of this lesson.
Okay, miss.
Okay.